So, are you back? Can we start? Just let me know if you're ready. Okay. I will share my screen, so I would leave a little bit the click meeting platform. If I'm too fast, just type it in, and Tomek will slow me down. Because I'm showing you, I don't have my presentation prepared as a book. So you're now inside the course, the HOP course, I call it, planning, creating, and publishing your first online course. And that's the so-called Moodle resource as a book, if you want to display a lot of content. What changes is that the normal navigation, which is on the left side, moves a little bit down, and the table of contents of the book is displayed above as a navigation. So you see immediately that's part of the book, and here that's part of the content. It's now about multimedia content, so it's starting a little bit from text. It's about image and graphic illustrations. It's about video, and the idea for this presentation was actually coming from digital tools you might use already in your work, in seminars and trainings. And a question I was asking myself is kind of how to use these tools also on the platform. Then there will be a section about how to add this to the course. So I will show you at the beginning more like examples, and then I will show you how to add it. And then we finish with interactive content. So that's a little bit the idea. The beautiful thing about books is that you have the navigation and the content here on the left side, but you have also a navigation, so immediately in the content and the text, so you can switch to the next one. So about text, I just wanted to show you something very small and simple to add some very little graphical elements, and these are icons. Yeah, icons you see like when you're on a website and you're clicking an external link, you have an icon that you're leaving the page. You have icons for file download, you have icons for social media, and here are the icons I use. So for external links, files to download, or comments, which I use to give a hint. So that's a link which leads you for a forum for discussion and reflections. Or if you're tired of just bullet points and you would like to have something different, you can also have checks, or you can books, or you can have many more. Yeah. These icons are displayed on the website Font Ivson, and Moodle has, or kind of HOP, we have an integration. So if you want to add them simply to your course, you just have to look up the code, which looks like very often like this. This is far hyphen external hyphen link, and it's within brackets. Yeah, I don't put it together here because then the system automatically will change it into the icon. I'm gonna show you. So here it is how it looks in the editor. Yeah, you just add where you would like to have it. So, for example, so if you turn this into a link to, I don't know, to a website, and you add far external link behind in brackets, and you change it, then next what you see is then the icons. Yeah, so this is a very small and very simple thing to add some graphical elements. There is something I don't know. From Google, you can almost add anything to your course. A simple page. One example.
Can I, Michel?
Yeah.
Can I just ask you, can you show shortly the Font Awesome page? Because I think it's a mystery for people how they get this codes, how they get this fa hyphen blah blah. You just need to see the Font Awesome website, any random icon, and you will see where you get the magic.
So that's the website. Just you go for the icons. And you see the icons which are more in bold, like these ones. These are the ones for free, and the other ones are like paid versions. So if you, for example, you go for a visit card, so and here you have the code, which is this is the full code with the I class. That's the HTML code. But if you just take this one, so far address card, and put it into brackets, like I showed you on the page, then you should be fine. Yeah. Okay. Clear?
Yeah, thank you very much. And I just remind everyone that we are in discussion mode. So as Michael is doing presentation, he's not seeing the chat, but everyone can turn on the mic whenever you have a question, and you can also ask with the voice, so Michael can hear us.
So documents to include. So the example from our webinar was the group building. Yeah, which is, so this is when something is happening outside the platform, where you can use Google Docs to build groups, come together, post anything. You can integrate this page again on your course page. Yeah, so I will show you how to do it later, because this is it's all the same thing. But I'm just switching to other examples, right? So the next thing is maybe it's an idea to turn some of your content from text only into presentations, or presentations you already have, to use them for the course. Yeah. So presentation you can host on Google with Google Slides, and you can integrate them like this. You usually have the option that people can manually scroll them to the files, decide what slide they would like to. They can change to full screen, change back, yeah, or watch it. If they have trouble to see it on mobile, they can go to Google Slide and watch it there. So Google would be one platform to host presentations. Another one would be SlideShare, yeah, from LinkedIn. So this is an example about font pairing. So you can add presentations you uploaded there, or you have Prezi presentations. you developed, you can also integrate them to your course. Also, same thing, you can watch them in full screen, yeah, normal screen. So that's a kind of the examples to include some presentations. Yeah. Again, I'm showing you at the end how to do it because it's quite simple. Yeah. So images. If you would like to add images, there's definitely one course image you would like to have at the beginning. If you went through the course, you see that usually for each model as an introduction, I have one specific image for the module. It's about infographics and it's about badges. My favorite platform for this to do this is Canva. And if you log into Canva, it's looking like this. And so I have here all my different designs. So here's, for example, it's my course image, and I have also written behind in the brackets the, let's say, kind of the requested formats or pixels. Yeah. So when you start, click create a design. You have here a lot of these social media formats. If you would like to have a Pinterest or LinkedIn banner or Facebook post or poster or logo or anything. But if you want to create, let's say, a course image and Hop or Moodle requests a certain size, you just open the custom dimensions and you say, okay, I want to have it 1280 pixels to 640 pixels, and it's opening a design page for you. So what is very nice, you can have a look a little bit about templates. Yeah. So if something like this already is nice, so you can choose a template to create something, or if you go down there, you could upload your own pictures. Yeah. So you could just add this as a background picture. You move it. Yeah. And have it there. And you just add your logos which you uploaded and put it. So it's quite easy to do, and you can then add elements like, for example, a heading. Yeah, you choose some font for this. So move it around, or you can add more pictures, or you add some other elements for this. So it's a very nice program to try out a few things. One thing, you have here some grids. Grids are interesting if you would like not only to have one picture, which would be this grid, but you would like to have more than one grid. Yeah. So this is, for example, like here. I have to delete this one. So if you, for example, want like to have a course image for your course consists of 3 pictures, you can use this and then add here, for example, your different pictures. Yeah. So you're getting like this, and maybe like this. Yeah. So in that way, you can design very easily your own. So grids, there are a lot. Yeah. So if you, for example, remember the course image uses a grid like this. Yeah. So you have the main picture here, 3 smaller ones there, and the course title, etc. You can do a lot of things with it. So course image. Then I have, so this is my, let's say, my section where I have my pictures for the course module. They have another size. They are, let's say, kind of, they are wide. You can decide on your own. You have it more like in a banner style or more really like a picture. So these are the ones which are, let's say, the beginning, end of the course, first step, plan your course, create your course, publish your course, and all the other course images I created. And one thing you've seen also, you can, for the start, it's also, if you learn a little bit with this program, you can also go in and start with infographics. Yeah. And so if you go for the templates, so you scroll down, you have some educational infographics, process infographics. So process infographics are maybe kind of nice if you want to have a certain step. And here you see our design process was basically the template I use for the course overview. Not for the course overview, but for the design process. So first step, plan your course. And I added here the same for the infographic to remind you that's the picture for this module. Create your course, it's the same picture, and then publish your course. Yeah. And again, you can add your logos there and create infographics. And the last thing is I used it also to create badges. And it's, again, you can have a look at the different elements and grids and shapes you would like to have. So you have here, for example, maybe some frames, yeah, which you already might consider as a template. So I used this one. Yeah. I made this 300 pixel to 300 pixel as a size. So put the logo there. So this is, if you completed the course, that's the badge that's including all the other free badges. Then it's kind of the stage of instructional designer. And then I just added here and took the course pictures and made one word about, okay, that's the course planned, that's the course created, and that's the course published for the 3 steps of course creation. Yeah. So this is about Canva. It takes not long to get into it, but it's worth it because you can really create beautiful images for your course.
There is a question from Sabina about the recommended sizes of images for the hub.
I think minimum size should be something like 640. But if one screens, with some screens from laptop, desktop, I think it should be minimum 800. And then it depends if you would more like go into banners of 800 to 200, or I once decided, because it's from my blog, and I use the same size there. So these are the pictures, the size what I take, 1904 to 563. But this comes from my blog. I just use the same size. So usually, even with a screen 17 inches or something, a course image would then also kind of stretch the whole page. Yeah.
My comment will be also that the hub platform as a Moodle as such is responsive. So it's, let's let's say, automatically adjusting the size of the pictures, of the content, and restructuring it. So what I usually do whenever I have my page or my content there, I would either open it also on my tablet or my phone to see how it looks like, because the pictures will look different. For example, you create a nice picture with some text in it. It looks fine on the screen of the computer, but if somebody would open it with the mobile, and actually so many people are approaching online learning with their mobiles, they will not see the letters, for example, because this will be adjusted and much smaller on the mobile screen. So always have a look how your course look like on different devices, different screen sizes.
Right. Yeah. There's only one recommendation we do for the course image. We suggest ratio, which is 2:1. And I think it was minimum 1280 to 640, to have a certain image quality and size to display the course image on the course page, when you open it. Okay, so much about Canva. So images, we had it before that you add simply through this one. Videos, I'm not going into videos because I think the more interesting and maybe not so common part will be digital tools. But for videos, the procedure is the same. Upload them to Vimeo or YouTube and add them through the icons here. And Hop or Moodle will take care of that. It will be displayed nicely and it will be also responsive. Yeah. So digital tools. For me, the question about digital tools was one that as trainers and facilitators, we are using already a lot of digital tools working with groups. And my question was, so how to use this now in online courses? Just to kind of to see the Swiss knife there. So there are tools which are kind of offering a lot of different things. And like if you see Moodle as a tool, then it's kind of, it's more like a Swiss knife. And a Swiss knife can do a lot of things, but some things you never use. So on the Swiss knives, I never use the screwdrivers. And some things, you probably won't use the screwdrivers if you would have to screw a lot of, to fix a lot of screws and work with it for a longer time, because it's just not suited. So this is kind of a tool which can do a lot, but in what the tool is doing, it is also in a way limited. And so digital tools is very often, I say, these are tools which they know one or two things they can do very good, and that's it. And they're doing this in let's say kind of a very good way, and also they are beautiful. Yeah. So this is the idea of digital tools. Something to involve you, Mentimeter, probably two questions. Which digital tools do you use to cooperate with others? So if you're working in a team, long distance, and which digital tools do you use working with groups? Yeah, so you can either screenshot this or go with this link and you just fill it in. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. So I hope this is working. Yeah. Okay. One person, second person. Yeah. Okay, 12. So first question, that's about cooperation, and still one more. So Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp, Basecamp. I saw already someone started using Jamboard, Trello, Click Meeting, email, Slack. Slack is quite small. Okay. And which digital tools do you use working with groups? No? Oops. Did only one question pop up?
Just one question. I think we're waiting on you to refresh and let us see the next question.
Mm-hmm. But did you get two questions?
We just got the first question and waiting for you to release the second one.
I have to relieve it. Oh, moment. Okay. So,
It's working now. We have it.
you have it?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did I do to that you have it? It would be interesting. Okay.
Maybe there is some delay, but it also came to my screen after refreshing and a bit of time.
Okay. I'm just curious if I did now something to make this happen, or it was just a little late. Mm-hmm. So, mm-hmm. 10, that's it. So, but what you see here, it's a little bit the idea. I would very much play it for if you would like to use digital tools, and that's something that learners would do outside the platform of Hop, outside your course. So they go somewhere with a link, they do something, they fill in these boxes. Use the possibilities of this tool to get them back to the platform, yeah, so that you have the course. So what we just did was just on one page giving the introduction and the instruction, giving the link to go there with an activity to do something. And if you go in this book further, you have the chance then to see the results. Yeah, so that's a little bit the idea. And I would also prefer to work only with those digital tools who offer this. Because if you have digital tools which you like very much, but you go somewhere, then your participants or your learners are also then away from the platform. Yeah, and then it's the question. So how do you learn go further with it? How do you bring the content back and, for example, discuss with it in the forum or something like this? Yeah? So this is a bit the result. Zoom clearly wins to work with groups. Then there's Google Drive, Mentimeter also, and there's Padlet. Yeah. So Mentimeter is one of the digital tools you can implement. So it's here, it's on Hop. And I will give you a few examples about Padlet. So if a lot of people are using Padlet, I'm also a fan of Padlet. I use it for very different purposes, like for getting to know one another, to create some profiles, which is at the same time some networking, or let's kind of showing resources to other course participants, or like the starting point for future cooperations. Very often as a toolbox or resource box, like for articles, links, materials, methods, tools you need additionally. Usually I do it for training to have it there. For an online course, you can also give a task and collect the results of activities. You can, I don't know, send them out, a kind of an activity to make some observation and take pictures in town and share them on Padlet. The nice thing about Padlet, it's beautiful, it's easy to use, and people can access and work with it without having an account and logging in. So one example is from a seminar training we did, Innovate Your Teaching in Higher Education, and it's just a resource board which links and materials and articles, but also with then the flip charts from the training event. Another one is about culture, quotes, and change, which I prepared for a seminar to have some background, and you can have it on your page. Another interesting thing is here with Padlet, you don't even have to leave the platform. So you just click and you can start typing here and adding something new. Yeah. So much about Padlet. Quizlet for language learning, but you could also use the let's say the game features or the learning features of Quizlet to make some game out of it. So Quizlet is a collection of flashcards. Yeah, if you don't use it, usually is it very often used for language learning or as flashcards learning for any kind of other topic, history, where you have to learn a lot of knowledge. And then you can learn in very different ways. So this is, for example, the matching game. It's French, English, and you have to find out pairs that fit together. Yeah. So, and then they disappear. Gifted. No, it's not. E-learning and this one. Yeah. My French top. And this one. So, and you have a small game. Yeah. So with Quizlet. Another is you can integrate Google Maps. It was, I think, it was especially popular to integrate maps at the beginning of the MOOCs. I took part in a lot of MOOCs where at the beginning there was one activity to click and mark on a map where you are, and the beauty, you could see the participants all over the world. I did it once for a blended course meant to be a mentor. It was Polish-Lithuanian, together with some task to introduce yourself and write some information. So this is still a way to use, well, to introduce participants, but to show where they are from. And you can also integrate it here. Glockster. Glockster had some ups and downs. Basically, Glockster is a possibility to make boards, to create boards with very different media on certain topics. Yeah, so this is about self-regulation. One board I just took from the website. So you can have text in different styles. You can use different templates to create boards. And here's one about which I was a little bit experimenting about learning preferences. So this is something where you can put knowledge together. The minus with Glockster is it's not so easily accessible. So you can have a teacher account, but they would like to know, of course, the address of your school or your university where you're employed. So it's and sometimes they're more strict and sometimes more not. So I had a period where I was locked out, and sometimes they accepted also kind of a non-formal educational institution. So I don't know. They're changing very often. Something else, maybe Pinterest. Pinterest is, I like about Pinterest, it is very visual. And any board you're creating there, you can include as a resource board for your courses. You have both possibilities. You can have and share your individual boards, but you can also open a board which is co-created by participants. So every participant who has a Pinterest account could share content there, which will be then displayed on the board. The minus it's not sorted at all. Yeah, so it's just kind of the newest addings appear on top, and the older addings disappear down there. Yeah, but it's for people who are very visual like me. I like this just kind of scrolling there, and so there's a lot of things. So I collected infographics, articles, sometimes quotes about e-learning, online learning. So something to, let's say, newer discoveries. It's especially if you would like to collect, for example, you give a task to your learners and you would like to to tell them a story, and the story can be produced or displayed with different media, like videos or kind of links or text or something like this. You can use Wakelet. So you can have a collection. So this is a collection about intercultural competence. It's very, very easy to use. It's very easy. You have to open an account there, and you can put all kind of information there, links. You can include your Twitter feed or Twitter feeds you coming about. So that's one about intercultural competence. Another one I took from the website is about bullet journals. So what is it? An introduction, some tips how to use it, so this is I think it's also very nice to display some of your content you would like to deliver, or maybe to ask participants to create these boards for themselves. And the last one is ThingLink. So ThingLink is an interesting one. It's like you're creating an image or a video or even a 360-degree video, and you have different information which you're putting there. So one thing I found was a team map. And if you hover over the team members, so you get the pictures and some description. So this is maybe one example. Another example, if you're interested in digital tools, it's just an image about very different digital tools, and it's also the same. So you hover over it, and you have a short description and a link where to go. So there's a lot. So you have also Padlet, you have Quizlet, you have about some information about Creative Commons, educational resources, etc. So so that's one picture. There's a lot of work to probably behind to create it, yeah. But I think it's a beautiful way to show content. So all these beautiful things, how to add this multimedia content to your course, yeah. So if it comes to images, videos, or audio files, there's this line. So that's the easy way, yeah. All the other things you have to go for embedded content, yeah. So you have to check if your digital tool allows to share the content in an embedded way. Like I switched to Mentimeter. If you go for share, so you have the participation, the link where you can copy, or the QR code to download. You go to results sharing, and then you have a link, and there you have a code which you're just copying. Yeah. So within all these so Mentimeter, Padlet, Quizlet, Glogster, Pinterest, Google Maps, Wakelet, and ThingLink, you just have to find the place. Sometimes it's the share button, and then it's sharing to social media, and sharing as embedded code, or sharing via email, or it's somewhere in the settings. But you can look really for these brackets, or for the brackets where it's then called embed. The code usually it looks like this. It's very often an iframe, or it's a script, and it's a little bit short code of HTML. But don't be scared. It's just the task is just to copy it. Some programs ask you here about maybe the height and the width would you like to have, yeah. But usually you can go with the standard things. So you go then to your editor, and if you have, usually you see only the first bar, Yeah. If you click here, the second and the third bar, and here you have the icon for HTML code. You click it, and the text you had displayed will switch into HTML code, and you just then kind of paste the code you took from the websites. You switch back again and save the changes, and then you're done. Yeah. So here I make a little break. If these steps are clear, this is just kind of, and it's working. If you would like to embed a presentation from Google Drive, it's the same. If you would like to have the Padlet there, it's the same. It's always the same steps.
There is one question. I didn't want to stop you before.
Yeah.
Marcus
Okay.
is asking, so I'm a voice of Marcus now. How do you integrate Google Maps in a way that participants can make a pin to show their location, but without maybe needing to have a Gmail account or providing any data? Or if you want to use Google Maps, they need to be logged in their Google.
Oh, it was a long time that I did it, but it wasn't. I think it wasn't needed to log in, but you have to make the map publicly. Yeah, which is now and then something I would be rather carefully about. To publish it if it's about personalized data where people come from or where they live. So this I wouldn't do anymore, but I would maybe use a map for some other information. Yeah.
Or maybe if a map is.
But I would have to check it if they need an account now, because it was quite some time ago that I did it. I have to admit, and I don't know. And sometimes settings then change. Yeah, with the navigation and the layout. It took me some while to find my maps again with the Google Maps, but I will come back with it's okay. Okay, one step further. So one last thing we have is interactive content. So under interactive content, we understand the content which is using, let's say, kind of the new HTML codes 5. And there is a website for this. You see here the screenshot, and we're going to the website. And so this is the website where you see, and you go for examples and downloads. And I show you the website first, because these let's say codes are all integrated in Moodle. But to show you the functionality, it's easier to look at them maybe here first, what is there, and then go to the Hop website and have a look how are they integrated. So we have different things. I show you, for example, the accordion. The accordion, Marcus and me, we were discussing and looking for a solution for a FAQ question and answer page. So you can have, for example, a Q&A page, and you have accordion, like you open the thing and you're getting an answer underneath. Yeah, so you could so what do I do if I lose my password, and you get an answer here. You can also do it, here's an example, like to learn something about the Netherlands. So you have some general information, something about the name, geography, politics, and that would be kind of the functionality of an accordion. You could think of, okay, is there some content or some information I would like to display in that way? Yeah. You can also go for example, some games. Maybe for an example, find the words. Yeah, my kids love this one. It's also, my wife is English teacher. She uses it very often in lessons. And if I have to talk more until the page is loading. Yeah, so here's an example, towns. Maybe you can have a look if you see some towns here in there. And you mark them. And you have here a list of towns that are available. Yeah. So that's a game. So you can have also flashcards. You can have memory game. You can have multiple choice quiz. You can have a questionnaire. Very different things. What I also like is this one. Internet slowing down. So interactive video. So the idea of an interactive video is that you just play a video which stops on this point here and giving certain tasks. So here is a multiple choice question. So what kind of berry was it? Blueberry, strawberry? And you continue with watching the video. So highlight the ingredients that have been added so far. I think it was strawberries. So what's one? And so you can also define if people with right questions can proceed with the video, or if they have a mistake, they have to watch the intro again. Yeah. So in that case, there was a mistake, and I have to watch the intro again. I think that way you can, if you have a video and you deliver content, instead of let's say kind of the old way would be to have the video uploaded and then you maybe at the end of the module you would make a quiz or something. And here you can already include some questions within the video. So you upload the video to this site, and I show you later how to integrate it then in Hop. This one, I think it's very interesting. It's also here resolved with a video, and it has certain scenario. And it's practicing, let's say, your skills visiting a client at home. So you can you're getting some description how it works. I have to so you're getting some client information. Whom are you visiting as a social worker? And then you're going there, and the camera perspective is now from the perspective of social worker.
Who is it? What do you want?
So now you saw the reaction of the client, and how would you react? So, would you refer to an arranged appointment? Would you express concern for a client? Would you refer to mental health assessment, or would you like to watch the video first and then come back and make the decision? So we could.
The people at the hospital were worried about you and asked me to visit you. Please open the door.
There is nothing to worry about.
So, depending on the choice, so this is now questions that were not kind of right or wrong. So, but your choices, they have a certain consequence, and you can see the reaction of the client. And you get some answers which are maybe more appropriate or less appropriate. And here, for example, it's referred back to the choice.
Hi, I'm Ann Jones, a community nurse. I'm here for the appointment we arranged yesterday.
So.
Okay, please come in.
Okay. And in that way, this video is, let's say, presenting more a kind of a complex case study with different choices, and also this thing you can add to your course. So now I'm going back. And you need to go turn editing on. No, I had it. So you go to the line, add an activity or resource. You scroll the Moodle activities until you come to the sign and you see interactive content. You click it, so you get the short description, what it is, and you add it. And additionally to the normal box, you're getting here, instead of the editor, you're getting the different, let's say, applications or codes which you wanted to hear. So here you have the accordion. If you would like to, you can see how it looks like. You can see the pictures for the demo pictures. And then you can decide if you want to use it. If you want to use it, it opens the editing. So you give it a title, FAQ, question 1, and you put some text inside, and you add as many questions you would like to have. I would uncheck activity complete because it's FAQ, and you add it to the course. And you have them displayed here. Yeah. So this is how you add them, and we are done with multimedia content. So are you still with me? Questions? So here, the micro is on. Questions, if you would still like to ask, get sure about it. I would like just to remind you the practical task for this afternoon. Just if you want, explore this website. think about how could you use this for your course, for a learning activity you would like to design with it. Try it out. Yeah, try it out. And tomorrow I'm curious what kind of solution you found. Yeah? That's it. Not tomorrow. On Thursday. Thursday. Kind of. So I'm not sure. We are terribly over time, and there is one topic left, which is about creating videos on a small budget. Which the idea is I just show you a few things which I use if I get into video production. And if you have still time, I'm not sure, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, we can do it. If you say, my head is full, leave me alone, we could call it a day. Anne would like to know it. Marcus is good. Davai, I also still have time. I would like to, so I would say go. Yeah. So creating videos on a small budget. For me, I would also, for me, it's two questions. Yeah. One is the financial thing that you're investing, but on the other hand, you're investing very often it's time, energy, and patience. And sometimes it's maybe a question to balance these two things out. Very often I was going into the direction, okay, low or no budget, but I have a high kind of tolerance and have a lot of patience and have a lot of energy to learn things. Yeah. And I invite you also for a question on Menti. So just go follow this link. And this time it's only one, it's only these two questions. So go to the Menti site. It's you get this both. Are you, so you have the chance. So zero, no financial resources to invest. 10 is a lot of budget. Zero for learning would means I have no time. If I want to create it, I need something very intuitive. So zero is no time and energy and patience for learning. And 10 would be kind of, I give everything. I make an e-learning course to get the things done. So what is it for you? So I'm switching. So that's the result. So we have, so there is some budget. Should maybe define what is some budget, and then the high level of energy to invest also into learning. So that's nice. So what I'm trying to present here is so the things which I started with. And if we're talking about creating videos, I started with screen recording video, which means it's kind of you having your presentation on screen, and you're recording, going through the presentation, and talking to it and recording this at the same time. Or screen recording video, if you would like to show around, for example, the navigation of the Hop platform, you can record this, some clicking around to show people, which is still a task open for the Hop course, but I'm waiting for the new branding colors so that I don't have to do it twice. So that's the screen recording videos. You have the talking head videos, which means it's kind of you're putting yourself in front of the camera and it's you talking, so talking head videos. And you can have mixtures between screen recording and talking head. And I started also a little bit with whiteboard videos. And then there are still animation videos and other things, but animation videos and other things I haven't come into it, so I can talk something a little bit about screen recording and then going to talking head and doing then a mixture and then going for whiteboard videos. So something if you would really like to start with, what you need is, I mean, you can always use your mobile phone. Most mobile phones has a decent camera if you want to record yourself. But if you would like to start with screen recording, you need a screen recording software. You need some software to edit the audio, and you need some software to put then the recording with the audio together and publish it. So this is, and if we're going for low budget and learning, so a very small tool I started with was Screencast-O-Matic. It's a very small screen recording software you can download. As for video, you can start. I started also with Windows Movie Maker, and then was going to other programs. Shortcut is one which is it's just for free, or if you have a Mac, then it's iMovie. For the people who have an Apple computer, it's also this QuickTime. With QuickTime, you can also do screen recording. And then for editing audio, I would recommend then Audacity. Yeah. So if you go for Screencast-O-Matic, it's a very little program. It comes, the free version comes really in with two limitations. There's all the time the branding visible, and you can record only maximum 15 minutes video, but which is, I think it's totally enough to start with. Would anyway recommend not to do videos that are longer than 7-8 minutes. Rather put it into pieces if you have to say more. But it costs not much. I think it's kind of $2 per month if you would lose it. So if you make a recording period of 3 months, so you pay $5 or $6, and you have the branding away, and you can even longer record. So it's something easy to start with, just to kind of understand and to experiment and not be stressed too much about technology. Yeah, I think if you start, that's important. For me, it was important to start with something where I can concentrate it on the things I would like to say, and not on if the technique works or not. This was kind of making me nervous. Then for audio, I would really recommend Audacity. It's open source, it's free, and the people doing a lot of work into it. At the same time, this means it's not so intuitive, and you need to get into and see a little bit what you need and how to use it. Yeah. At the same time, my recommendation would be, and I will look up maybe 1 or 2 online courses on Udemy, which I always then kind of pay, I don't know, $10 or $15 to a course instructor, get 1.5 hours of video content, going step by step, how to edit and to prepare your audio files, and then get it done. So this is, but it's a great program. You don't need all of the functionality because it's really going into a professional direction, but it's cleaning up your audio. It's very, very nice. So if you're going a step further, so if you have a small budget, first thing to spend it on is a microphone. Yeah, it's really the first thing you would like to get. You can, if you have a headset and you use it for webinars or for your Skype calls or for your Zoom calls, it might be enough to record. But at the same time, if you switch from screen recording to talking head videos, the headset is the first thing you would like to get rid of. Yeah, because when you put talking head, you don't want to have the headset there. You would like to speak to a microphone, and you would like to appear most naturally. So first thing is microphone, because it's incredible if you record and hear yourself afterwards, what kind of noises you suddenly detect in your surroundings. We started the webinars, and I heard our neighbors arguing. And when I did my first recordings, I thought I get up in the morning at 7 o'clock because my family is still sleeping. And I put myself in front of the computer and I started recording. Then suddenly the shatters were going from the neighbors. Someone was starting the lawnmower and working in the garden. And I heard all these noises in my recording. Mm-hmm. So, and the other things are the same. So screen recording software, audio software. So I show you 2 more software, which is the OBS Studio, which is good then if you would like to mix screen recording and talking head videos, and Camtasia. And then my suggestions for camera would be, my suggestion for camera would be then a camera which you can attach to your laptop, and 3 microphones which I'm testing yet. So it's kind of a Samsung Go mic, which is about 35 euros, a Rode microphone, which is about 50, and the Blue Yeti, which is about 150 euros. So this is kind of, and so one by one. So these are the microphones. I started with the Rode, which is nice. It's very small. You can attach it to your mobile phone. You can go with it. You can attach it to your shirt and have already very nice recordings. The minus is it comes with an application, and the application is only available for iPhones. And when I bought, it was kind of in a few months we develop also one for Android, but it never came. So with an application, you can fine tune and use the microphone still better. The other things is what I got is the Samsung Go mic, which is in the middle down, which you can attach to your laptop, to your computer, and a camera. A lot of computers, they have a very good pictures, but if you would like to record yourself and have HD quality, maybe you need an additional camera. So you don't need to have a camera. I have some now which is attached. I show you the next picture. This is how it looks like. So it's not really big. This is kind of, you can even pack them and travel with them. And another one, which, well, I bought it myself for Christmas. I haven't tried it yet, but this is a bigger one, which is then really for broadcasting and with a higher quality. So at the moment, I work very often with this camera and this microphone, and do the editing in Audacity, and put these things together in a video editing program. So some ideas for next Christmas. So the pillows and bed sheets. If you would like to have your recording, and the minus, if you buy a good and decent microphone, this microphone catches everything which is in your room. And very often also the sound, which is kind of, if you're speaking and it is coming back from the wall. So if you have a lot of walls and they are not full with bookshelves and your voice is coming back, and you will immediately hear it also. So you need also some pillows, some blankets to decrease the sound echoes you have. There might be what you need, maybe it's a pop filter. You can also use a mosquito net and build it yourself, but you can get them also very, very cheap there. And maybe the next steps would be then also maybe thinking about light. Yeah, so with daylight for recording, sometimes the light which you have in the rooms, it's basically too strong. So if you experiment with artificial light and daylight or something, you can get it. But if you have normal lamps, you can get, if I have my lamp here and I draw it here, it's getting immediately very quickly artificial. And the lightning set, which would give it more softer light, but that's then already kind of in investments. So far, I really didn't need it, and then maybe a tripod, maybe for later. Yeah. So, but at the moment, I'm also, but this is maybe something which I would go for next Christmas. Yeah. If you would like to have a screen recorder and video editor in one, I mean, if you, I'm very often at the platforms with other instructors of Skillshare, Teachable, and also Udemy. And if you ask other people, so Camtasia is popping up very. So there you have, let's say, a tool which has not so a steep learning curve, which is more easy to handle, but which it comes with a price. So it's with the kind of private price, it's kind of, it starts with $250, yeah, and the educational, if you, I don't know, if you manage maybe to get it as an educator, it's still $180. But there was a time when, as a Udemy instructor, you could get somewhere a voucher for 50%. So you have to, yeah, okay. So this is this, and and maybe as a software for screen recording and talking head recording at the same time, I would recommend OBS Studio, which is also a program for free, which a huge community behind. So I like this very much. It's also available for Linux, Apple, and Windows, and it has a lot of features, but it takes also some time to get into. But what you can do, you can really also, you can record your stream, But you can also do something like this. This is from a course on culture shock I was doing. So you can have also talking head, and you can have in the background a presentation. And you can even have, I don't know, boxes with some additional information or a banner to click or something like this. And you can switch between different, they call it in OBS, they call it scenes. Yeah. So you can have a defined screen where it's only your presentation. You can have a defined screen where it's or scene when it's only you talking head. You can have defined a mixture like here, for example, and you can do many other things. So yeah, it's for free, but it comes with a learning curve. But you can also have a look for some online courses to get started with. But there is also on YouTube you find a lot of videos to get insight. Last thing maybe to start with, because it's on one hand it's a little bit learning, on the other hand it might be easier. So that's whiteboard software. What you need then would be some graphic illustrations, because I wouldn't recommend using the graphic illustrations which are coming with the program, because they are a bit let's say stereotypish. Yeah, it's kind of men and women in different jobs. Yeah, and if you don't want to do it, so whiteboard. So this is with graphic illustrations and text to write, and you can also just kind of use music as underline. So there are two programs. So Doodly is a bit cheaper. When I bought it, it was about $60 with some, let's say, kind of code via Facebook. On the web page, it's 2 or 3 times expensive, or it's VideoScribe, which is they have rather a monthly or an annual subscription. If you want to buy the program as for forever, it's about 400 or 500. So there's also a quality difference in between, but Doodly is a nice small software to start with. Be careful, they have an aggressive marketing when you register. So you buy Doodly and they offer you within the registration progress, which I really don't like, 5 other programs, which you just need to click away, be assertive, because Doodly is the only thing what you need. Graphic illustrations, I think nowadays, if you're making your own flip charts, or you know another trainer who is doing night flip charts, use these graphics, and then it's a little bit work to show the program how to draw these things, and you can make music with it. So maybe I show you one example.
Michael, is it just sound or there should be a video?
There should be a video.
Because you are just sharing probably just a browser window. And if you open the file, then you need to screen share to where the file is, because it was not playing in the browser. It was playing in some other application.
Okay.
So if you have the other application open, screen share and choose from the list this application and not the browser.
So I'm sharing my screen now.
Yeah, and sharing.
So, and do you see it now?
No? Oh, yes, coming. Good.
So, okay, maybe this. It's a project. The video was meant for refugees coming to Germany and learning German. So that's why it's also so slow. But you see this, if you use your own illustrations, we asked someone to do it for us. You integrate them, and you need to learn how to teach the program how to draw it. Yeah, this is the learning curve with Doodly, but it's very easy. It's just time consuming, but you can do already a lot of nice things with this one. So this was the last screenshot, and that's already everything I wanted to show you. So I see already some other people sharing manuals for educational video. Any questions left? No. So, Tomek, then it's up to you to close the day. Codex container format. For video production, editing, and publishing. I need to look this up. When I edit from the workflow, when let's say I record with OBS, then I have a video file. I put them into. I work with an older Adobe Elements program. I export the audio to clean it up. I add it to the video. I edit the video and then I export it. But I would need to look up the settings for this. Which one? It's a little bit working around. Yeah. Sorry, so but answered. Are you able to embed videos learners have generated using social media onto Hop? Which means, would it be, let's say they create this I'm not sure. I would try to find a platform where they can publish it, all of them, all the participants. For example, Padlets. If you are able to use, I would create a Padlet, and I would ask all the participants to upload their video there, and then share or embed the Padlet on a site. This is rather the way I would do it. Or you ask everyone to upload their own video to YouTube and share it in a forum, for example. Yeah? Okay. Okay, another question?
I'm talking without mic as usual. So another way is maybe running your course on a Hop platform to have also a parallel Facebook group for participants for all different reasons. Also in our webinar here, I think this Facebook group works very well as a parallel channel, and also uploading there allows later to share it within the Hop platform. But in general, on the platform, there is a limit of upload for now. We would like to avoid to have big files. Video files are usually very big. That would make the server very heavy. But actually, the files can be shared elsewhere and then just embedded or shared with the link on the Hop course.